I just hear the gun go off. And we're racing. Once we head into Queens, start of that Queensboro Bridge. And that is when the real race starts. I felt my legs getting tight. That is when things get tough. I've got a mile left. So I start giving it everything I have. Crowds roaring. Come on, Matt, you've got it. Like, you gotta keep pushing. Like, we're so close. And I felt it.
But this isn't any ordinary Sunday. This is Marathon Sunday, the TCS New York City Marathon, a celebration that takes you through every emotion you can imagine.
And they've been working hard for months to prepare for this.
And now tens of thousands of runners are making their way to the Verrazano Bridge, the first 2 miles of 26.2.
2024 race day starts off with our bus getting lost on the way to the marathon.
It wouldn't be race day. Got a little drunk. And honestly, it's taking the edge off me. It's like, this is where I thrive in chaos. So I feel great right now, to be honest with you.
Long story short, we get dropped off about a half a mile from where we should have been. I'm not exaggerating. I had 2 minutes to change, put my bib on, put my pin on, drop my stuff off, and walk back to the starting line.
My friend's in there.
Congratulations.
And I just realized this morning, the person I thought was pacing me is no longer pacing me. So I don't have a pacer. I'm being rushed to the bridge, but I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm collected because God has a way of working all things for the good. My friend, who I reached out to the night before, who lives in Berlin, Germany, bumps into me on the way to the starting line. Hey. With us.
Yeah, we can.
Come on. I'm like, oh my gosh, Mikey, like, I've been trying to reach out to you. I'm like, bro, are you sure that you want to pace me? Mikey is a 2:39 marathoner, so he's a speed demon. Get to the starting line, and then they're speeding us up because we're so late.
Go, baby. You coming back out?
I'm coming.
And before I know it, I don't even remember what happens. I just hear the gun go off.
Are we ready? Athletes, are we ready?
Too fast.
That was too fast. I didn't really get the shots I think they wanted.
Haven't even really talked race day strategy with Mikey, and we're off. We're running up the Verrazano Bridge. I'm telling Mikey, I'm like, Mikey, we're gonna try to keep a 6:45 pace to protect that 3-hour marathon. No one's trying to break any records out here. We just want to protect that 3 hours because I haven't hit it yet. That's the goal. And then Mikey, being the veteran that he is, takes over, and we're racing. The beginning of the race, I don't have to worry about any of that because I'm running with Mikey. So the first 8 miles, I literally don't even think about it. I've got my water bottle so that I'm not having to stop at any aid stations. I'm having Mikey remind me when to take my fuels. All the perks that come with having someone pace you during a race. I'm taking account for my legs, my lungs, my hydration and my cramping, and everything feels great, as it should when you're in the middle of the race. The middle of the race being like 12 to 13 miles, coming out of Greenpoint, heading into Queens. And as I'm climbing the Queensboro Bridge, I feel great. I know that it's gonna be a fight because I did hear Mikey say our half marathons was around 1 hour and 28 minutes. We were in good shape. If we kept on that first half pace, we would have ran 2 hour and 55-minute marathon. We get on to First Avenue. The literal monsoon tidal wave of energy, of people just screaming, levitates you up First Avenue. Like, I literally don't remember 60th through 79th Street, which is a mile. Noise every direction, just like, craziness. But it's much needed because that 10 miles is the race.
Let's fucking go, man! Let's go! Yeah!
Bronx is kind of where it gets funky because you're outside of Manhattan. That is when things get tough, and that's when things got tough for me. The last part of the race was extremely difficult. I knew at mile 21, I had 5 miles left. I was gonna be fighting for every second that I had. 5th Avenue heading up into Central Park it felt like Mount Everest. It's not that big a hill, but on race day, after running, 24 miles, it seems like the biggest hill you've ever run up. Came through that mile at like 7:30. I wasn't pushing, I was just holding on. Going into the park, I literally do not remember entering Central Park. I remember coming out of Central Park, but I've run Central Park loads during my training, so I knew that the race wasn't over, most importantly, and I knew that I was gonna have to go up and down at least 2 sets of hills. I've got a mile left. I have no legs. And Mikey, the most even keel, patient pacer ever, showering me with like positive vibes, not like, you're gonna lose it, like pick it up. And I didn't even look down at my clock, but I'm just like, all right, like let's do it. So I start giving it everything I have. Crowds roaring. I was going as hard as I could. I just couldn't move my legs. Like I was willing myself as hard as I could, just pushing. And Mikey's just looking at his clock, looking at me, looking at his clock, looking at me. He's like, come on, Matt, you've got it. Like you gotta keep pushing. Like we're so close. And I felt it.
Talk me through like the training that it takes so that you feel comfortable achieving your goal.
I think that anyone in my immediate circle can attest to the amount of time and effort I put into my training. When you have a goal like that, it's physically and mentally taxing on your body, on your friends, on your relationships, because you have to sacrifice a lot of things. Going to bed early, eating proper, which is hard for me. I love my food. The rehab, the prehab, doing things to prevent injury. It starts the day after the marathon. Like I called my coach after the race and I'm like, we're not there yet. Like I'm ready to do whatever I need to do to be ready next year. The training's intense. The training is intense. Sometimes 50-mile weeks, sometimes 80-mile weeks. Speed workouts, it's Googling tracks, it's scheduling flights and travel around your marathon training. It's reaching out to people to help pace you through long runs. It's asking friends to sacrifice their time on the weekend to run aid station for you on your long run. It's a lot, and it's not just one person. It's one person crossing the finish line, but it's a community that gets you to the finish line. 3 hours, 20 seconds on the dot. Most marathons, I'm being carried out, and that's because it's not me being dramatic, it's literally because I give everything I have up into that moment. That is all of my fitness, that's all of my energy, and that is why I'm not upset about any of my performances, because I left it all out there, which to get at New York being one of the toughest majors out is a major accomplishment, and I can live with that. If I had the legs at the end and I was just being a weenie, then I would have been upset. But that's all I had, because it comes down to seconds. It came down to seconds for me. And I did PR, and I didn't hit under 3, but I was this close. And it's crazy to think over the course of this 26-mile race, it came down to sheer seconds.
Let's go, my boy.
Let's go!
I couldn't sleep last night because I was so torn up about seeing my peers hit their goals. Like I was so stoked for them, and I wanted that to be me in that moment. Like I think that we're able to feel multiple things at one point, which is pride and joy for others, but also wanting that for yourself is a good thing because it pushes you to do things, to go places that you haven't gone. The work is not done. I'm coming back with a vengeance. So all that means I have to do things a little bit harder next year, and I'm ready to do it.